Hi, Grayson and Kelsey. Just wanted to do a quick market update for you. Um, as obviously you know, your house is in Snohomish County, but it's pretty close to the King County border. So we're going to quickly look at the numbers for both Snohomish and King County, obviously, as well as Bothell. So let's start with Snohomish County. The right side shows the December data. So there were 413 pending sales. That's down from 527 in November. So the red line are, you know, are the pending sales, and so it has come down, during the holidays essentially. But it pretty much the height was in May, and then it gradually came down. And if we look at the light green, those are the active listings. So from May on, especially, there were a lot more houses on the market. So that last year was really different than the year before, or really the last previous 5 years. So um, I don't know if that'll happen again this year. I'm guessing it will, probably. We'll see a lot more houses on the market as time progresses. But if we look just in December, so there were 924 active listings. If we look across December of last year, there were 665. So about a third more houses on the market. And as far as the pending sales, pretty similar actually. 418 pending sales compared to 413 in 2025, December. And then just looking at the numbers, if you want to look at, um, you know, the like, let's say the median sales price. So that's the very bottom line. So it's month to month to month. So it jumps up and down every month. So 749,000 this last in December. Before that, 750, 755, 7. It's I don't know that there's a lot you can read from that. The days on market, so the third line up. So it's, for example, in June, it was 20, then 27, then 32, then 37, then 41, 46. By December, it was 48. Um, and then if we look at maybe one other thing would be the inventory. So in June of last year, it was 2.3 months. That means based on the rate of sales, it would take that long to sell everything that's for sale in Snohomish County. So then we go 2.3, then 2.5, 2.5, 2.6, 2.4, 2.2. So in December, there were actually fewer houses, and that reflects up here, the light blue. And I think the reason is it's not like there were more sales. It's more just a lot of people withdrew their house from the market during the holidays. So, uh, some of those people might have just rented out or forgot or just given up on selling, or others will come back on, in the next month or two. So that was Snohomish County. Let's look at King County numbers. Well, kind of similar. The pending graph, it comes down towards the end of the year. Again, I'd call it mostly seasonal. And the light green, yeah, they really went up in May and then came down a lot by December. And so if we look across, so 870 sales last month compared to December of last 754. So we're actually more sales in King County year over year. And as far as, yeah, again, active listings, they really went up in May. So, I mean, if this year will be same as last year, then as long as you get your house on the market, before May, seems like your odds would be better in selling quickly because you won't have as much competition, but still there's a lot of sales. Now this is Bothell only. This is both Bothell and King and in Snohomish County, the whole city. So there were number of pending sales dropped quite a bit on the right, 53 last month compared to 83 in November. If we look across December of last year, there were 54. So again, the number is pretty similar. The pending sales are the same, but the number of active listings were much lower a year ago than last month. So 137 versus 81 last year. So again, these green month over month over month, they really dropped in December, really November and December. So during the holidays. So some of these people, a lot of them didn't sell. And so either they come back on the market this year, or maybe they just gave up or rented their house out. Again, in Bothell, let's look at the fine numbers. So the median sales price in December is $1,050,000. That's up from $1,033,000 in November. If we look across 1 year ago, the median was $1,119,000. So, it's pretty even, maybe down a little bit in Bothell overall, the median sales price, but not much different. I would say it's just a pretty even market the last year or so. So looking a little bit up, so days on market. Um, so these numbers here, the third line up, so 11 in April, so really fast market in April. But then remember in May, the number of listings go way up. So maybe went up some days on market, 30, 38, 47, 40, 39. So pretty even here. Now, these are the houses that sold. So that's how long it took the houses that sold. So if you price right, you should be in that range. Now, if we look up here to inventory, there's 2.6 months of inventory in Bothell. So it would take 2.6 months to sell everything that's for sale, even though we don't have as many houses on the market, but it's just there's also fewer sales. Um, so anyhow, I guess that's all I have for the market update. But this, if you look at this graph, it tells us a lot. Just, kind of, I think what we can expect in the next few months. January, February, March will probably, maybe your odds are a little better because will be fewer houses on the market. But by, April or May, there's going to be a lot more on the market. So hopefully this helps. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you later.